Good morning, St. Antoine. Today we're here to bring you a heartfelt story about true love between a father and a daughter.
Yes, this story is sure to leave you with tears in your eyes. 18 years ago, a young girl named Lucy Monet lost her father when he was put into the Bastille prison. The man, who was a physician, was accused by a noble family of committing a crime that he never even did. He was sentenced to a life in prison for 18 wretched years.
Oh, the Bastille. What a terrible place. The man must have been awfully changed when he was released.
He definitely was. The story continues that the girl never knew where her father had disappeared to. Many years later, when she was a young adult, Tellson's bank met up with her and brought on concerns so-called business affairs. They summoned her to Paris, where a man from the bank met her and revealed the astonishing truth that her father was alive and that she could see him again.
That is astonishing news. How'd she respond?
She was amazed and wanted to know more and more about her father's story. The man from Tellson's continued to divulge her the details, and soon they were on their way to the suburbs of St. Antoine to go see him. The former physician and Bastille prisoner had been living in the garret of a wine vendor in St. Antoine, making shoes. As you said earlier, Anna, the man was changed and seemed to have hardly any life left in him after his long imprisonment.
The story goes that her father didn't even recognize her at first.
That's right, Anna. Then he saw her unmistakable golden hair. Her hair was the same as the locks from his young daughter he had tied away during his imprisonment. They were both so full of joy to see each other. The young lady was determined to bring her long-lost and beloved father back home so they could live a full life of love again.
What a beautiful story.
It is definitely a heartfelt thing to cover. Now coming up, we have a story of a wine spill that recently occurred at the very same wine shop. We go now to our unseen reporter, Carista.
Thank you, Anna. I am standing here with Monsieur Defarge, who owns the wine shop where the wine was spilled. Monsieur Defarge, what caused the citizens to get so frenzied over the wine?
Well, madame, the people here have very few opportunities to enjoy the pleasure of eating and drinking. So when my man dropped the cask out of the cart, the citizens found a chance to drink the wine quite enticing. They even completely ignored the fact that the wine was tainted with dirt and mud. Their poverty has driven them to not even care if what they consume is contaminated.
So the poverty that these people live in make them become grateful for any opportunity for luxury coming their way?
Yes, indeed, madame, it is true. These people crave anything they can get their hands on.
Thank you, Monsieur Defarge. Now we head over to one of the peasants who is involved with consuming the wine.
Okay.
Good day, Monsieur. Who might you be?
Good day, madame. Name's Gaspard.
Were you one of the peasants who consumed the wine off the street?
Yes, madame. I was one of them.
Why have you drawn the word blood on the wall?
I guess I could say that drawing the word blood on the wall with wine seemed rather fitting. They're both red and all. Now, if you don't mind, I wish to be left alone.
I see. Very well. You have a good day, Monsieur Gaspard. That's a wrap here in the suburb of St. Antoine.
Good day, citizens of St. Antoine. Today we have a very exciting story that is almost hard to believe. Today, a young man was put on trial in London for treason against England. The interesting thing about this case is that he was declared not guilty. Let's go live with on-screen reporter Krista for the details.
Thank you for that report on this exciting story. I'm here right now at the Old Bailey in London, England, where the court case of the man tried for treason just took place. I stand here now with the acquitted man and his lawyer. Monsieur, it is rare for prisoners to be declared not guilty. How does this make you feel?
Well, madam, it feels amazing. I have escaped death. I could not have done it without the help of Mr. Stryver, my lawyer. I think I am in obligation to him for my life. It is an honor to live another day.
I am glad to have brought you off with honor, Mr. Darnay. I have done my best for you, and I believe it is good as any other man's.
Thank you, men. I can see the joy in your faces. I now stand ready to interview a witness against Mr. Darnay. Madame, you seem so happy for the freed prisoner. How do you feel about his freedom?
Oh my, I'm so happy that he was not sentenced to death. He had been so kind to me and my father when we traveled on the same ship to England. I couldn't bear the thought of doing him harm by my witness. It's quite a remarkable thing that Mr. Carton looks so much like him. I am very glad he is alive and free to live his life.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us today.
Thank you for the opportunity, Madame.
These are some interesting words from those involved in this unusual court case. Back to you in the studio. This just in. We have received breaking news and a developing story coming from the countryside of Paris.
The Marquis de Aramond, owner of a chateau in the countryside, was found dead in his bed, a knife through his heart. It was clearly an intentional murder, most likely committed by someone who hated the Marquis. The Evermonds have made many enemies due to their horrible history. We now head over to Carista, who is live on the scene.
Thanks, guys. It is a madhouse down here. A crowd of people from the nearby village has gathered around the Gorgon fountain just outside the entrance of the chateau. Early this morning, the Marquis de Evermond was found assassinated in his bed, stiff as a statue. Monsieur Gabelle, a family servant of the house, is standing here with me to describe what he found. Thank you for taking the time to speak with us, Gabelle.
You're welcome, Madame. It is true. The morning when I went to attend the Marquis, I opened the door to his room and found him dead in his bed, a knife through his heart. I just don't understand how it happened. I heard nothing during the night. It happened so quietly. No one heard someone approach the chateau and enter in.
Did you see anyone suspicious prior to the murder?
Didn't see too many suspicious people at all last night, although there was one tall peasant man that I spotted wandering in the area near the chateau.
Did the man seem familiar in any way to you?
No, he did not. Peasants pretty much look the same to me anyways. Either way, I didn't recognize him at all when I saw him.
Well, Monsieur Gabelle, thank you for speaking with us on the present situation. We wish your best and stay safe. More details of the Marquis' death are still to be investigated. Live from outside the Evermont Chateau, this is Carista. Back to you in the studio. Thank you, Carista. Quite another story to report, wouldn't you say?
I'll say, but with Lucy and her father and Charles Darnay, this day has been a crazy one indeed.
Good day, citizens of Saint Antoine. I'm Carissa, and today I'm standing in the aftermath of utter chaos outside the Parisian prison, the Bastille. Earlier today, a mad mob of people who we see every day on the streets had rushed at the prison and massacred every guard that stood in their way. They sought to overtake and destroy the notorious prison. The people had even wrecked a drawbridge to the prison. The land is strewn with the hanging bodies of dead prison guards. I stand here now with one of the leaders of this violent storming, Madame Defarge. Madame, what has caused the poor people of Paris to act like this?
We the poor are tired of the tyranny of the rich. We're hungry, and we're hungry for revenge. It was time for to free the tortured captives of the Bastille and destroy the oppressive wealthy people in this world.
Those are some strong words, Madame. I hear there is word that even the women fought violently in this protest. Please tell me why the women would want to fight in this bloodthirsty rage of people just as much as the men.
I'm confident that we women can fight and kill just as much as well as the men when the place is taken. I'm determined to lead these ladies in revenge against those who have wronged us.
That is quite a strong opinion, Madame. Thank you for sharing it with us. Well, the Saint Antoine, the bloody scene around me is enough to strike any person with horror. The faces of the street-ridden people are filled with fury and ferociousness. Citizens, stay safe. These people are dangerous and successful in their endeavors, as 7 of the Bastille prisoners have been freed today. The citizens are stained with red and not easily purified.